the third point that Mark demonstrates in how that Jesus is the Son of God, he goes on and says, and he got into the boat with them, and the wind ceased, and they were utterly astounded. And here, if you look back in Mark chapter 4, it tells the story of how the disciples and Jesus were in the boat. And in the front of the boat, Jesus was sleeping. And the wind was coming, and the storm was raining in, and water was getting in the boat, and it was about to sink. And yet, Jesus was still asleep, and the disciples were afraid, and they'll wake up Jesus. Jesus, Jesus, wake up. Don't you care that the boat is about to sink? And they said, do not be afraid, you of little faith. And he got up and he rebuked the wind and the waves, and everything ceased. That's pretty marvelous and miraculous, right? Imagine a body of water in and between the mountains. The wind rolls down the mountain and stirs up the sea. It's impossible to stop that sea from turmoil and moving around. But Jesus commanded it to stop. But what's significant about this interaction is that Jesus didn't even have to say anything. He just got into the boat, and the wind and the waves ceased, proving that he has authority over all things. He is the creator of all things. You read in the Gospel of John, in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and he was the Word. And there's nothing that was created that wasn't created by him. And so you see that Christ has created all things, and he is the ruler of all things, and he can control all things. He doesn't even have to use his word. His very essence, his very presence can stop the wind and the waves. And this is significant, friends, because if he could control the wind and the waves, then he could control death. He could control sin and death. He could conquer the grave, and that's exactly what he did. And a few chapters later, you see the story of the cross. You see him being beaten and slung. You know, you have Judas betraying him for 30 pieces of silver. And then you see the betrayal, you see the spitting, you see them beating him, you see them putting the crown of thorns on his head. And he had all the power in the world to send down legions of angels to save him, but yet he didn't utter a word. He didn't do anything. As Christ has the power to destroy all things with his very breath, and yet he didn't say anything. He willingly died on the cross. He willingly went to the cross, sacrificing his life. He hung there on the tree, watching his creation hate him.